So here we have two examples of relatively healthy foot versus a horse that lived with chronic laminitis for way too many years, and how that can demineralize the bone and change the bone. This horse we just investigated some white line disease after death here, but he has relatively healthy bone. We can tell when we walk up to a horse before we trim it if the bone has started to demineralize or not, or has had some bony changes without an x-ray. The depth here is normal, whereas here you've lost a lot of height in the dorsal wall. So without x-rays, we have a dip here in the cornet band, and we've got loss of height at the toe. So we knew without having an x-ray that this horse had permanent coffin bone damage. We made sure the extruded feed came out of his diet and cleaned that up. He just lived out on a pasture 365 days of the year. And he was pasture sound and was ridden in boots and had a very enjoyable life after we got the problems out of his diet. So we made him very comfortable. He was ridden until he died at 28. This horse here, we're not sure of the history of, but it was a good example of the difference in depth. So without getting an x-ray, we can tell by the depth difference that we have a healthy bone versus an unhealthy bone. Now on the underside of the capsule here, you can also see the bone reflected in it. The bone here has lost quite a bit of integrity through the toe area. It's almost convex here, and the circumflex artery that runs on the base of the coffin bone had been pinched by too many years of having a long toe, rotated coffin bone, and too much pressure from the earth on the circumflex artery, leading to demineralization of the coffin bone. We can see this reflected in the sole area where around the apex of the frog it's bulging. You've got coffin bone damage and a rotated bone. We also have a toe area that cannot connect to the outer wall. We'll have a space there that will create flaring. It'll never be a tight connection because we have severe bone loss. With this horse here, it's reflected. You have a tight connection here. Please ignore the little V that we cut out after death. But the tight connection reflects a healthy bone underneath.